What is going on, everybody? Welcome to TrendSpider Live. My name is Mike, and we got FOMC minutes about to release, I believe, here in less than a minute. So let's see what's happening with the SPY going into that. Let's go to the 5 minutes so I can actually see. Yeah, pretty solid day for the markets overall. I kind of want to see more so what's going to happen with semiconductors here, to be honest with you. Sometimes we get a decent move here out of FOMC minutes, but sometimes it's a nothing burger. You never know. You guys are out there. Let me know in the chat what you guys are watching. Currently pulling up a couple of screens right now. But yeah, these minutes should be in any second. Let me see. And yeah, people always get the FOMC minutes confused with the actual FOMC. The FOMC minutes is basically just a summary of what they talked about during the last FOMC meeting, and they should be out. It is 2 p.m. Eastern time, right? Yep, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm constantly having to convert times, but yeah, it looks like semiconductors here are moving up on the news so far, at least the semiconductor ETF. Let's see what Nvidia is doing. Obviously, they're reporting earnings today. Let's look at the daily chart. Yeah, I mean, Nvidia is bouncing off this 9-day EMA. As you can see here, honestly, it looks pretty damn good going into earnings. It's sitting above this, what is this? This October 2025 high. So this should be a pretty fun time going into earnings. Let me see if anything notable came out of these FOMC minutes. It doesn't look like it. I can go find the actual minutes if you guys want to check them out. FOMC minutes. Find a link over here. Federal Reserve Board. Yeah, let me know if you guys are watching anything crazy popping off today. If you guys are out there in the chat, say what's up. Tell me where you guys are tuning in from. We got a long time until Nvidia earnings actually gets released. So we'll be chilling, hanging out, watching the markets until then. SPY had an interesting little wick on this FOMC minute drop, as you can see right there. Let's go to the 1 minute. Yeah, you can see this is basically, where the minutes dropped right there. Nothing crazy happened so far. I'm trying to find the actual minute release here. But honestly, it doesn't even matter. We already saw the last FOMC meeting. Speaking of FOMC and the Fed in general, Powell is not the Fed chair anymore. So we're going to have our first FOMC meeting without Jerome Powell in about a month from now. And SPY's liking it so far. SPY is moving up. SPY is moving up along with QQQ. Let's see who's leading the day. Semiconductors is leading the day up over 3% today. Absolutely beautiful time for semiconductor investors today. Followed by silver is bouncing up on the day. Then small caps is up next, and tech. So it's basically a risk on kind of day, but with also silver and gold in there, which doesn't make any sense. Even TLT is up on the day. The only thing down today, really, it looks like energy is back down. It had a nice little breakout yesterday. It's probably everyone that bought the breakouts there, if anyone did, is it's just coming back down to the pivot level. Consumer staples is actually down along with healthcare. So risk off assets are coming down. We can take a look at the sector rotation chart here. Close out that sidekick for a second. Let's go to my live dash. We have it already set up. Let's take a look here. So we got semiconductor still leading. Energy is trying to get back into outperforming. Tech is up in there. And staples is heading in there as well. But I mean, really, semiconductors is the place to be still. Over the last 7 days, energy is killing it though. But over the last 30, of course, as you can see at the top, we got semiconductors, which is actually lagging over the last 7 days. IGV, which is software, of course, is heading up today as well. Bloom Energy, wow, look at this one. This one is up over 9% for Bloom Energy. So really nice bounce back on a lot of these names today. Fix, I mean, that one is bouncing back up. You know, broke under those 921 clouds, but so far bouncing back up. Let's see if we got any news here ahead of Nvidia earnings. Somebody saying hidden bull trap. Let's see. Yeah, nothing crazy here in the news feed. What is going on with ARM? Nvidia option trader bet on a big move. Of course they are. It's earnings. What's going on with micro stock? Yeah, just a bunch of generic news articles so far for Nvidia. Let's got, I think that's Urban Outfitters and Intuit reporting today as well. Let's put on Intuit. We got e.l.f. reporting today. e.l.f. Beauty. Let's stick that one on there. And yeah, I guess we'll put on Urban. So these are all the main stuff. I mean, of course, everybody's going to be watching Nvidia today. Somebody asked me in the chat, what do you think, bullish or not? I'm assuming you mean Nvidia. Let's go take a look. I mean, honestly, let's go back to Nvidia. See how my indicator momentum is looking. Yeah, they doesn't have the strongest momentum, honestly. I mean, it's looking really good. Let's see how the chats is on the good old Nvidia and relative performance. Relative performance of 84. Chats is high. Honestly, momentum looks good. Momentum looks good. It just didn't meet my momentum filters. It was kind of a longer term. It's just kind of surprising. It was meeting up there, but now it's pulled back. It's gray candles for me. But, you know, relative performance is 84. Chats is like 90 or so. So honestly, that's a pretty good rating. I mean, for me, as long as it stays above these this 921 EMA cloud, I'd say it's not the worst looking long ever. I mean, it's testing this previous range right here, that previous peak. So I'd say this is like kind of your level of, you know, level to watch for sure is right around there. Let's turn off aftermarket data. Yeah, somewhere around here. It should act as support if we do go ahead and get down there. Yeah, last earnings, of course, we went down. Earnings before that. Yeah, honestly, the recent Nvidia earnings have just been, you know, they stayed in consolidation for a while. Let's look at the monthly here. I mean, that monthly trend is incredible. It's still definitely in a longer term uptrend. So I'd say if you're long Nvidia and you're just holding it, I'd say just hold it through personally. But you know, I'm not the one to buy specifically just to gamble for earnings myself. So do with that what you will. Let's see. And I was today, I'm probably just going to do this with you guys. I was building a cup and handle scanner that we're going to put on the store here pretty soon. Yeah, Nvidia is an interesting one for sure. But what I've been doing, oh shit. I've been building a cup and handle scanner. Check this out. So I run this scan. It's a weekly cup and handle spotter essentially. So anything I click here should have a cup and handle. We do have cup and handle patterns built into the platform now. And this scanner specifically here searches for cup and handles that are currently in force. So it hasn't broken out above the cup and handle yet. And these are all the results. Honestly, pretty solid stuff here. Now, of course, these aren't going to be perfect in all of them, but it's a really good scan from what I've seen. Let's see if there's anything fun in here. BA is in here. Huh. Yeah, so that's not the worst looking cup and handle. Devon Energy, DVN. Look at that. It's honestly not bad right there. So as you can see, you got the cup automatically drawn. I'm not drawing any of this. This is automatically done by the platform. Which is really cool. And this is the scanner I built. So far, I've been kind of trying to perfect it. We got basically a first pivot level exists, which basically just saying there is a cup and handle automatically detected. Then we got the handle end level, which is the bottom, the white one here, is lower than the price. And then we have these two where the price is below the pivot. So it basically has to be in between these two lines. So pre-breakout. And then we also have this breakout scanner that I'm working on as well. So this one searches for stocks that have recently broken above the cup and handle breakout level. Something like, I guess, Bank of America recently had one. Let's see. I think RIG was a good example. RIG is a perfect example. Sort of, you got the cup right here. And you got the two pivot levels that it marked. The first pivot, arguably, could be this one too. So the second pivot is right there. And you can see price is currently breaking above it during this weekly candle. So again, this one is designed to find stocks that are breaking out of cup and handles already. And you can search through this entire market. That was through the NYSE. Let's look through the NASDAQ NMS composite to see if we got anything. Let's see. Mickey out there is saying, always made good money on Nvidia. By that theory, after this earnings call, Nvidia will be flat for a while. Yeah, I mean, the last few have been flat, so maybe. Ooh, Right is on here. That's a debatable cup and handle. Let's see. INDB. Halo. I've heard of this one. Halo sort of had a cup and handle there. So F-Cell. F-Cell is interesting. This one looks pretty wild on a monthly here. But anyway, that is the scanner I'm working on. I might go ahead and build out a new one for the inverted cup and handle. That was next on my agenda here. I believe we do have inverted ones. So let's find out together. Let's do a new scanner. Skip to point and click. We'll create a group. Indicator on the weekly. Cup. Oh, no, not indicator. It's a chart pattern. Do chart pattern on the weekly. We're going to do cup and handle. And I'm going to do this one exists. And this I'm going to do inverted. So now it's scanning for inverted cup and handles. Let's take a look at what's going on. See how these inverted cup and handles look. So I haven't really looked at the inverted cup and handles yet. No, I have, but not too in depth. Let's see. So you can see we also do have automated recognition for inverted cup and handles as well. ATI. Oh, that one was way back there. So we got to keep building the scan so it's a little bit better. Let's mark this one inverted. Let's see, CNH in force. I'll save this. And then what was the last one I did? So in force, I need first pivot level exists, and then handle end level. Let's rename this so it's easier to find. So inverted couple handle in first, and then I'm going to do a new condition group, again with chart pattern, weekly, cup and handle pattern, or cup and handle. And then we're going to do the handle end level is greater or equal than the price weekly close. Save that. And this is how you build scanners here on the TrendSpider platform, you guys. It's one way to build them. I'm doing it manually. I'll pull up the SPY while we're building this just so you guys can keep an eye on the market. So now this is saying that the bottom of the cup and handle is greater than the price. So price is below it, which is what we want with the inverted cup and handle. Then we're going to do a new condition group with a chart pattern again on the weekly cup and handle. And we're going to do the first pivot level. I believe we have to do is less or equal than the price weekly close. And you got to make sure you tap inverted on all of these. So we're looking for inverted ones. And then we're going to do another one here. Chart pattern weekly cup and handle. Second pivot level is less or equal price weekly close. Check inverted. And that sets up all of the following. Let me see all the following. They're all of the following. Okay. So let's rescan this and see what we got. So these cup and handles should be inverted. Ice. Inverted cup and handle that is in between these two lines. So that's perfect. So this is inverted cup and handle and force. Scanner is done. Probably will send this to the store at some point later today after this live stream. If you guys have any questions about the platform or anything, while we go up into FOMC or on Nvidia earnings, do let me know down in the chat below and let me know what you guys are watching. Again, we do have plenty of time going until then. So in that time, I will simply just be building scanners and watching the market. What is going on, Logic? Welcome to the stream. Let's take a quick look at the overall markets. Nvidia is pretty much consolidating for the last couple hours. SPY is looking overall pretty bullish on the day. Looks like it wants to move up into close, honestly. But let's take a look. So now I got the inverted cup and handle in force scanner that seems to be working pretty good. So now I'm going to make a new one. The breakout. It's a new scanner. Add a condition group here where the chart pattern, weekly cup and handle. Second pivot level exists, and we're going to tap that as inverted. Then we're going to do a new one, condition group, chart pattern, weekly cup and handle. Actually, let me see. Do inverse cup and handle break. Say break down. Save that. So for my breakout one, what I do? I did price broke through the second and first pivot level. Okay. Second, and it's any of the following, broke through either of the first or second pivot level. So let's do that. Break down. We'll add a new condition group. The chart pattern, weekly cup and handle. First pivot level, we'll say price has broke through it. And another condition with a chart pattern, weekly cup and handle. Second pivot level, price has broke through it. This we can do any of the following. Tap this to inverted. So the inverted cup and handle is a bearish chart pattern. Was that what's the other one did I do? And then, oh yeah, the first price has to be greater or equal than the first and second pivot level as well. So we'll go back to breakdown. We'll add a new condition group with a chart pattern, weekly cup and handle. The first pivot level is greater or equal than the price weekly close. One more condition. Chart pattern, weekly, cup and handle. Second pivot level is greater or equal than price weekly close. Oh. Price weekly close. Bam. And of course, we got to do inverted. Inverted. Save this. See if there's any bearish breakdowns here. Well, we got one in the S&P 100. So you can see here's a breakdown from an inverse cup and handle pattern. Let's search through this for the NMS composite. TCOM. Look at that inverse cup and handle breakdown. Price is currently breaking below it. See anything else? Wix. Yeah, look at this. This is an interesting one. KDP, Keurig Dr. Pepper. Yeah, pretty cool. So there's 4 new scans that will soon be available for you guys to use for free in the TrendSpider store. These are the cup and handle and force, inverted cup and handle and force. So you can find cup and handles that are forming, and then breakouts and breakdowns. So you can find actual trade ideas happening right now. So that's pretty cool. See, this is the inverted cup and handle breakdown. Inverted cup and handle, and it is currently, broke through these levels and is currently below both of them. And that, again, is a bearish formation there. Let's check out how some of my holdings are doing. We got LSCC, Lattice Semiconductor, absolutely ripping. Love to see that. We also got Lam Research ripping. Semiconductors are having a hell of a day. Marvell hit, I believe, an all-time high today. In that one, NTRA looking all right. MTSI looking good. Let's see what's down. We got ADI down. We got some of these energy names that I'm in are down today with energy. VIAV has been just all right. Get my clouds in. FTI hanging in there, but is just doing okay. And someone on the team here just sent me a link to the FOMC minutes. So I'm going to show you exactly how I would interpret these minutes here with Sidekick. Oh, our social guy is such a go. Cole is sending me exact quotes that stood out from these FOMC minutes, which I'm going to use and put into Sidekick. Let's just see what Sidekick has to say based on these minutes. Let's go back over here. Open up the SPY chart. See if you got any cool news events. So we do have a few news events there for FOMC minutes. But let's analyze them. I'm going to say analyze the FOMC minutes released today. Pull all your recent news about the release. And here is some stuff directly from the minutes themselves for you as well. Tell me what this means for the markets and each sector. So now we're using TrendSpider Sidekick AI. If you didn't know what that is, it does have access to all of the market's data, and it is built to think like a trader. And we're having to analyze the FOMC minutes that recently just came out not that long ago, about 24 minutes ago. Follow That Dream says, I need Meta to break 600. We'll take a look at Meta here in a second. gonna buy a house on Nvidia. Brian Pike, how many shares of Nvidia do you got? So let's read the bottom line from Sidekick regarding the FOMC minutes. Up 2,300. Very nice. It says the minutes confirm what the market was starting to suspect. The Fed's next move is more likely a hike than a cut. We all know that. Inflation just came in hot. It says conditional on inflation, but inflation is pretty bad. The Middle East conflict adds inflationary data because of energy. Energy is down today. Also, there's a private credit warning. Is the most underappreciated risk in the document. If that bleeds into broader credit markets, it's not just growth stocks that get hit. It's the entire credit-dependent economy. SPY's muted reaction suggests the markets partially priced this in, but the rate hike probability repricing is still working through the bond market. As you can see, bonds have been getting absolutely crushed, and that means rates are going up, but rates are down today. As you can see, TLT is up. But overall, I mean, rates are, or at least TLT is at essentially its all-time lows. You know, that's since 2002, actually. This is the 20-year bonds. Let's see what else we got in here. Here's a little bit more context. Of course, they're seeing, or they're saying wait and see before lowering rates. It says the newsfeed confirms that the majority of participants said some policy firming would likely become appropriate if inflation were to continue running persistently above 2%. The last CPI report came in over 3, I believe. So, you know, that is obviously true. Let's see what else we got here. Sector by sector impact. I was seeing on the news and stuff throughout yesterday and the past couple days, I guess, that mortgage rates are rising, obviously, since rates just in general are rising. And it's saying the most exposed rate sensitive sectors is real estate. You know, VNQ, XLRE are the two REIT ETFs. It says rising rates compress cap rates and push mortgage rates costs or mortgage costs higher, rates higher. Our mortgage rates, it says today's news already notes mortgage rates near 7%, which is, I believe, a pretty high number compared to mortgage rates today chart. Look at the mortgage rates. Yeah, mortgage rates are damn near 7%, you guys. Pretty wild stuff, honestly. Recently, they were down at like 6 or so. I mean, it's not crazy high, but they are steadily rising for sure, which of course is not good for home prices. Yeah, mortgage rates back in COVID were like, yeah, literally like 2 to 3%, which was, you know, that's very low to be fair. But yeah, they have definitely increased a lot since then. Let's see. It says growth stocks are discounted cash flow stories, which basically means higher rates is not good for them. So XLK and QQQ, it notes is something not great. Financials. Let's see what it has to say about financials, because it's mixed, because banks, of course, do benefit from higher interest margins. But the private credit contagion warning is a direct threat to non-bank lenders. Regional banks face more risk if credit tightens broadly. So it's kind of a mix there for the financials ETF or financial sector. Let's see what's going on in financials today. Financials actually pretty good today, though. On the weekly, they really haven't done much. I mean, it's just financials. They don't do a ton in general. Let's look at VNQ. You know, REIT-ETFs are honestly up on the week, and they don't look too bad either. But what's benefiting? Healthcare says benefits. Healthcare consumer staples, which are both up today. I believe, or I think consumer staples was down. Yeah, consumer staples actually down, but they're starting to put in a little bit of a new trend. What do you make of Nokia, friend? Nokia? I know. Isn't that like a meme stock? Let's see. What the hell? Honestly, I've not seen Nokia lately, and holy shit, this is insane. It's actually breaking out of a pretty long base here with a relative performance of 98. That's an interesting one. Let's take a look at Nokia together. I'm gonna have Sidekick analyze Nokia for us. So look at recent news, earnings, forward guidance. Let me what you think about the company. Act as an analyst and give a buy, hold, or sell rating and potential key levels to watch to add or to trim a position. They make chips now. What? Okay. Looks like today, an hour ago, Nokia secures FCC approval for in-home broadband devices supporting continued U.S. deployment momentum. Let's see what Sidekick has to say. Honestly, from a chart perspective, it looks like it's starting to put in a pretty nice looking trend, honestly. Let's look at the log scale. Log scale doesn't look as good, of course. It never does, but that's a good thing overall. But I mean, if you just look at this pretty long base it put in here, just like that. That was from about 2011 all the way up until now. That is like a 10 plus year base. So it's saying those are the key levels. Let's see. Recent news. Multiple positive catalysts for Nokia over the last 30 days. Lockheed Martin 5G defense partnership they secured. Agentic AI broadband launched on May 12th, targeting 50% first contact resolution, 5-minute incident qualification. FCC approval for in-home broadband devices. Some buy target upgrades. Apparently, Nvidia holds 166 million shares of NOK confirmed via their 13F filings. Very cool. So Nvidia is invested in Nokia. Forward guidance from the Q1 2026 earnings call is right here. Above midpoint. Network infrastructure growth guidance raised to 12 to 14% from 6 to 8. Optical plus IP networks growth guidance raised as well. AI and cloud addressable market CAGR raised to 27% from 16%. AI and cloud revenues grew 49% year over year in Q1 2026. Looks like they have $3.8 billion in euros, or 3.8 billion euros. Oh, new San Jose Indium, whatever, fab ramping in H2 2026. That's interesting. Hyperscaler CapEx expectations for 2026 grew to 700 billion from 540 billion. So that's looking pretty damn good. Sidekicks analyst rating is a hold, though, with a bullish bias. It says the bull case is real and well supported. Guidance raised. AI optical infrastructure story is credible. Balance sheet is clean. Nvidia owns it. But the issue is that the stock price has priced in a lot of this good news. Obviously, you can see it break now that 10-year base. It says quarter 1 2026 missed revenue slightly. Let's take a look. Yeah, they did miss by 2.5% in quarter 1 2026. When do they report earnings again? They just reported back in it's like about a month ago, so we still got a bit for that. But key levels to watch here. Resistance is about 15. So it's saying just right above where we are now, like this level here is mostly resistance. Current price obviously is there. And it likes support around the 12 to 10 range. So 10 to 12. Let's go on the daily chart and see. Maybe weekly. Yeah, so basically it's saying the support here is the 9-week EMA. That's the level I ought to look out for around the 11 point, 10 to 12-ish range. Right around here is the ideal buying point if it gets pulled back down to there. Under 9, it's saying, basically under the 21-week EMA, it's saying probably potentially the breakout structure is broken. So that's a pretty good analysis if you ask me there. Someone thinks it's the next Cisco. Wow. Yeah, man, it could be. It could be. Definitely a solid look there. Just get at the right price, set your stops, and you'll be chilling. Good one, good one. You can take a look at Meta. Yeah, Meta just recently came down on their earnings. I believe it was because of all the CapEx spending. And Meta is recently laying off, I believe, 10% of their workforce, about 8,000 people, and they plan to do more into the future. Keep that in mind. So that is that. But, I mean, Meta on the chart looks all right. I mean, hasn't really gone anywhere for quite a while. It's probably a fine long-term investment. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's much of a trend following sort of trade or even a mean reversion trade. It's kind of trading right in the middle of its range right now. And they recently had that gap down on earnings. So it's looking a little bit bleak for Meta. If you ask me personally, the relative performance and whatnot is not the best. Just looks all right. Let's see. Yeah, so I mean, somebody said, speaking of Cisco, Arista has been killing it through, though has pulls back. Arista. Which one was that again? ANET, that's right. I remember ANET. Yeah, Meta just cut a lot of jobs. So we'll see. Meta, I mean, the job cuts might end up being a good thing if all their AI investment pays out. Yeah, Arista did just have a gap down on earnings. Not the greatest looks of all time. But it did pull down to this pivot level. So I guess if you were looking to get in, you could buy the pullback here from the breakout. Let's take a look at Cisco. Cisco recently reported earnings too. I was live for that one, and they had a massive power earnings gap up. Looking just okay today. Let's take a look at the live dashboard here. Not a hell of a lot going on in the markets coming up. I think it's really just the calm before the storm, before earnings. Real quick, you guys, I'm going to take a look through some of my plays because I do have a couple spots open to add some entries. So I'm going to honestly just show you guys exactly how I use Sidekick personally to help me decide my trades. So one, I use my scanner to build out the short list of names here. Wow, SLS is up big. A.l.f up 16%. Wow. ALAB, insane. Some really nice names on my short list today. ACMR, TTMI, I almost bought this one. It's like Rocket Lab is up 5%. Anyway, though, for one, I have a nice system prompt in here. I give it exactly my strategy, what it looks for, and I tell it to act as my coach. And then this is, my short list here, and this is the actual trades I have. By the way, Sidekick will have access to all your trading data via your actual broker account. I have it set up here on mine. So soon I won't even need this watch list, but for now, these are the trades I'm in. So I'm going to send this into a Sidekick prompt. Like, these are the current holdings I own, pasting it into a prompt. And then these are the stocks that I'm interested in. But first, I'm going to trim up my watch list here a little bit. See if anything has already hit my trailing stop or not. Just so we have to analyze less names. I'm not a huge fan of this anymore, ASEX. It kind of broke down, but guess we'll just leave it. BKSY is still good. BORR is an interesting one. COHR is also an interesting one. BWA. These are all looking fine so far. You got CVX in there. We got Dell. CVX actually recently just had a breakout. Let me turn off this cup and handle. She don't know how to do. Oh, there we go. FLY. So it looks pretty good. Looks okay. I don't know, isn't this like one of the space stocks? I'd rather just have RKLB and or PL personally. RKLB is on my short list here, and so is PL. Both have strong momentum. PL honestly looks really nice. Q is a recent one that popped up on my scanner that Sidekick seems to really like as well, which is bouncing up on the day. So that one I'll leave in there. Let me just stick all these in here. So I'm going to give Sidekick my entire short list as well. Of stocks to analyze. And we'll send in this prompt. Boom. So this is my Sidekick prompt that I use all the time, usually at least a couple times a week or once a week. Say below are stocks that already triggered valid signals in my system. I give it a task to rank them, and it's going to use deep research because I gave it a ton of stocks. And so it's going to analyze pretty much all of them from my short list one at a time for me, which is very cool. And then it's going to rank them in order of the criteria that I gave it right here. Let's see. Rank the stocks in order, the best overall combination of. These are the criteria that I personally give Sidekick. I say momentum, quality, and persistence, forward growth, leadership. Keeps so there. Let me just wait for it to finish here for a sec because it keeps ticking down. As you can see, it's currently researching all the stocks that I'm interested in. Then I'm going to get a ranked list of the best ones in order based on those criteria. Boom, it's done. So now it's compiling all of them into a single response for me. Oh, it's doing more deep research. Now it's doing deep research on more of the stocks from my list just because I gave it so many damn stocks. Yes, I am using a lot of credits right now, you guys. But it really does make the output that much better when you go ahead and do this. You just got to have a nice, really good prompt so that you only have to do it like once a week at the most. And so you guys, look at my short list over here. Do any of these names align with what you guys are looking at? We'll sort them by week to date change. Of course, we saw SLS and A-Lab absolutely killing it. What's down on the week? AMAT is down on the week. AMAT has been on my watch list. Should have bought yesterday under that cloud. It's still above my trailing stop. TSEM is interesting. I believe TSEM was recently cut by that one fund. The I don't even know how to say his name. Let me pull up the blog post again that I made. If you guys didn't see our recent blog post, go check it out, trendspider.com/blog. Leopold Oschenbrenner, this guy, his situational awareness fund, some Gen Z fund manager. This is his new positions right here added in his trend position. So you can see he cut light, I think completely, cut COHR, it's also on my list. He cut TSEM, exited HUT, EQT. And these are the ones he added. He added AMD Micron. So this guy's adding Micron, you guys. Nvidia, Oracle, Broadcom, AVGO. Looks like they added a little bit more puts than calls on Micron. TSM, which I'm also in, they added some puts. GLW is another good one as well. But yeah, make sure you guys check out this blog if you want to stay on top of what this guy is doing. It's been pretty big news lately. It's on the TrendSpider blog for you guys to take a look at. And as you can see, Sidekick is still working through here. It's using Claude to do this analysis, Claude Sonnet 4.6. And hopefully we get some decent little trade ideas from this. Oh, at least for my system. GLW is on my short list as well. COHR is too. GLW get stopped. Wow, GLW avoided that stop by a hair. It's at 169.43. It hit 160. It avoided that stop by 40 cents. Wow. Somebody's commenting on Nike. Nike is up pretty good, but still has got to close above this 21-day EMA to break out of that red cloud downtrend. Hell of a short if you took that cross down, though. Tim Cook is absolutely clapped. Tim Cook bought what he thought was probably the bottom till it became not the bottom. Down 22% for former Apple CEO Tim Cook. Sidekick is almost done ranking all my names here. Come on, Sidekick. Boom. Wow. Given my specific portfolio, it likes RKLB at number 1, TTMI at number 2, EZPW at number 3. And it is noting the semiconductor concentration. I already have 6 names in there in my portfolio already from the semiconductor sector. Here's my current holdings. Let's see. So I'm heavy in, infrastructure and semiconductors. Obviously, that is the theme lately. Tech and networking. Few energy stocks. Aerospace and defense, got a couple. Got ROST and healthcare one. But without my exposure, it does rank e.l.f. as number 1. But e.l.f., you're kind of too late. It already ripped. But it does really like Rocket Lab, which I think also kind of ripped. So I don't think I'll be adding that one. Holy moly. TTMI, it does still really like. TTMI is, not bad. It's not super extended from that 9-day EMA. COHR was one of the ones in that fund that we're just looking at. It's coming down today, actually. TSEM it likes. I do kind of like TSEM as well. But it ranks RKLB and TTMI at the top 2 for diversification for me. I don't think I like RKLB. I'd rather get PL. I think the chart is just a little bit more steady and consistent. Or TTMI. Let's check that one out again. Looks like it's trying to base for another move up. He had this base and a breakout move up. This one's been trending beautifully, kind of extended on the weekly at least. EZPW. EZPW is nice. It's bouncing off the cloud here. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, not bad. Dell is in here as well in my short list. Man, so many good trades out here, you guys. What do you guys think? What are you guys buying today? I'm curious to hear what you guys are holding and buying. Might just wait for Nvidia earnings. I mean, I have mostly a full portfolio, except for I think I added 2 more positions. And depending on what happens with Nvidia, we'll just have to see. And we do have about an hour until Nvidia starts to come on, or over an hour for Nvidia starting to report earnings. Okay, 740 SPY calls expiring Friday. Let's take a look at SPY. If you guys didn't know, we do have full option chain data on TrendSpider. Let me pull up the other account here. Let me add SPY 5-minute. This is the expected move for the rest of the day. We got 743 to about 737. It's honestly decent range for SPY. 0.5%, 0.4%. But somebody said they're in 740 strike calls, which is at the money for Friday. So really gambling that Nvidia is going to push the market up. Not gambling, but, betting. Somebody asked, is the market in capitulation? I don't think so. Capitulation happens when shit is hitting the fan, which honestly hasn't really happened yet. I mean, we had 3 down days. If anything, it's capitulation to the upside last week. Yeah, 740. I mean, honestly, SPY looks like it's bouncing nicely off this 9-day EMA. And, if you get a nice report from Nvidia and they move up, those SPY calls could definitely print you some cash. What's happening with the bond market? The bond market is really inverse to rates. And since everyone is expecting rate hikes logic, bonds are falling because they're inverse to rates. When rates go up, bonds come down. Because when you buy bonds, you're essentially locking in an interest rate for the next X amount of time. This is the 20-year ETF TLT. So essentially, when rates are expected to move up, and bonds go down because essentially the dividend yield goes up when the price of TLT is lower, and it just moves inverse to rate. So everyone's basically TLDR. People are expecting rates to definitely not drop, and if anything, to move up, which is driving bonds lower. Because people are like, if rates are going to be moving up into the future, I'm going to wait to buy bonds until that happens, so I can get a better rate locked in. Kind of opposite to like a mortgage rate. Like people want to buy mortgage rates at a low rate since they're the one paying the interest. But with bonds, you're the one getting the interest when you buy bonds. So you want to maximize the highest rate possible. Essentially. But let me know if y'all have any other questions about anything. Let's see some of these names here. Intuit, which is the tax people, TurboTax, is not looking very good here on the daily chart. On the monthly, you see it is at some support. They are reporting earnings today, by the way. That's why I pulled them up. So Intuit really needs to hold this level right here. If they don't, it's not looking super hot for them. How's e.l.f. doing these days? e.l.f. reports today. Looks like they recently had an insider buy, but the relative performance could not be any lower. It is not looking good. And it seems like they are trying to break this level as well. So, I mean, Intuit is another one that really needs a bounce today on earnings to avoid sliding further, probably all the way back down to like this IPO price even. But look at the revenue here on e.l.f. has been growing pretty nicely year over year. Look at the Nvidia monthly chart, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Just perfect trend up this 9/21 month EMAs. And on the daily, man, honestly, Nvidia does look kind of bullish, not going to lie, you guys. What is going on, TZ Burton? Yeah, got an early show, but it's going to run longer as well. We're going to be live for all of the Nvidia earnings. Ripster is coming on, by the way, guys. I'm always using the Ripster clouds on my chart, and the creator of these clouds is coming on to join me in probably about 30 minutes or so, right before the Nvidia earnings comes out. So that will be a good time. ENS here, you can see there's an insider buy in June right at the bottom. Beautiful. Look at that, insider bought right after this gap down, and honestly, ever since then, if you followed whoever that was, you made out pretty nicely. Let's go open the what's happening now and check out ENS insider buying. So add a filter where the symbol contains ENS or equals ENS. And the action is a buy. When was this buy? Was it Yeah, it was around May 30th, it looks like, right? Yep, May 30th. We got the CEO, the president, and the CFO all bought. Not even that much, less than 50K each on all those buys, but they were buying their own stock at the pretty much exact bottom there on ENS, which is reporting earnings today. So pretty nice little finding there. That's why I always like to keep the insider trades on chart indicator sitting there on my screen. By the way, you guys, if you guys haven't bought TrendSpider or you're not TrendSpider traders yet, we are running a sale. It just started. You can save up to 45% off of TrendSpider using the link down below in the YouTube chat. Or you can just simply go to TrendSpider.com. I'll show you guys the current offer. If you guys wanted to, you know, chart along with me on these live streams and learn how to use the platform. But as you can see, you can save up to 45% off and get premium right now as low as $56 a month when you pay annually, which honestly is a very good deal. Cheaper than TradingView and honestly has way more features. You get 25 free Sidekick AI messages, 1 minute charting, 50 alerts, 10 trading bots, 10 workspaces. And you get 2 trainings a year from our support team, which means you can literally book a one-on-one call with our support team, just a guy like me that knows the platform really well, and they will help you set up anything you want to set up. So make sure to check that out. What is going on out there, Renner? Not much, man. Just chilling here, watching the markets, waiting for Nvidia to come out. Essentially the biggest earnings of the quarter, I would say. And yeah, Nvidia is looking pretty damn good here, as you can see on the daily. Sitting right on the support level. Let me know if you guys are trading calls or buying shares of Nvidia going into earnings here. Urban is moving up into the close. We got about an hour until the market closes, you guys. We just started power hour, the last trading hour of the day, and SPY is starting to tick up a little bit there. See if there's anything cool on canceling. We got FN back there. FTI is on there. Nice. Rig. Bloom Energy looks incredible. Up 9% today. Hey, man, it's getting hot over here on the West Coast. God damn, not too bad. It's 83 out right now. It's getting a little toasty up in my room. Let's see, Congress trading. Is there anything cool Congress trading wise? Is anyone out there a fan of following Congress trading data or insider trading data? We got it all right here, even institutional trading data. If you are, I have Congress trading right here set to, I'm going to set this to buys only. Then I'm just going to click the Sidekick button right here. And Sidekick is just going to analyze and summarize all of this recent Congress trading data for me. So instead of having to look through and manually, decode all of that, I ain't reading all that. Just send it to Sidekick and it will do it for you. So let's take a look at what it has to say. Nancy Pelosi dominates the list and her Nvidia calls are legendary. Pelosi is by far the most active trader, shown her standout trades. Of course, she has purchased a ton of this stuff and is absolutely balling on everybody. Look at these returns. Her wins are massive, though she has notable losses in Disney, PayPal, and CRM, which are all deeply negative. Josh Gottheimer is almost a one-stock trader, and it's not working. He purchased Microsoft dozens of times across multiple years, and he's down pretty good on them. Tony Wyatt, whatever that is, has had a rough 25 to 26 buying spree. He purchased several large cap tech and financial names in late 2025 and early 2026, like Now, HIMS, CRM, and ANET, and he's basically down on all of them. It says the Congress always wins narrative is not uniformly supported by this data. So I guess they ain't always winning, you guys. Congress does make some bad trades as well, as you can see. But super easy, you guys. Just use Sidekick to analyze it for you. Oh, let's see. See how Light is doing. Ooh, LITE coming down on the day. Pretty extended there on the monthly. Let me know what else you guys are watching out there in the chat. Again, we are just waiting for Nvidia earnings to come in. Go back to my charting over here real quick. Open up my Sidekick. So what should I buy, you guys? You guys just tell me what to buy, honestly. Just kidding. But I am looking at TTMI. Rocket Lab PO, let's see. Someone said Boston a toasty 91 today. Brian out there in Boston, shout out. Yeah, where are you guys tuning in from? We got someone from Russia, hell yeah. Have been watching TSEM for quite a while too. That's a perfect stop right under the cloud. That monthly is just fucking extended though. MPWR keeps liking a lot too. Oh no, I don't love that look. ASML. Kind of choppy. Weekly doesn't look too bad though. Oh, $1,500 stock. Some of these stocks need to do some splits. Liquidity is probably terrible. Really missed out on A-Lab. Anyone out there on A-Lab? You're balling today. If so, beautiful, beautiful entry would have been right here for me. Got COHR here in the tech photonics theme. Pulling back down. It's a pretty low risk if I use the stop right there. Also a high chance of hitting it, I guess. I think Microsoft is pretty good. I do own some Microsoft just in my long-term investment account. It's been chilling. It bounced off support. So yeah, personally, I'm just hodling on to Microsoft. They did report earnings, yeah. The latest earnings, I think, were pretty good. Revenue, yeah, they beat on both metrics on the last earnings. So I think Microsoft is solid. See if you can't find anything that's not overextended. I actually do have a scanner here. Breakout pullback to key supports. AMAT. I have been eyeing AMAT for quite a while. I feel like it's a relatively safe play in the semi space. Where does it rank AMAT? Puts it in number 2. Not too far extended. Honestly, yeah, I might grab AMAT. Oh, set my trailing stop up. Oh, I think I'm going to do that right now, guys. I'm going to show you guys how I actually set my stop losses and automate them entirely on the platform. So I'm just going to open my Thinkorswim app and buy AMAT right now. First, going to calculate how many shares I need, which is a specific percentage of my account. So right now I am currently buying AMAT. Could buy it straight from Signal Stack as well, but I'm going to set up the sell order with Signal Stack. Boom. So I just went ahead and bought AMAT. So now what I'm going to do, this is my custom indicator. It's a trailing stop. You could also just set up your trailing stop anywhere. Like if you wanted it to be on the 21-week EMA, which I have plotted right here, you can just right click that and do the same thing. But I have a custom indicator that I use for it specifically, which actually lines up almost perfectly with that 21-week EMA, not to mention. But anyway, I'm going to right click this, create an alert at this line. If it breaks through or touches my trailing stop, I want to get out of the trade, and I don't want to have to do it manually. So I'm going to set that up, put it on 10-minute candles. And then in the note, I'm going to put it to the max amount of time, which for my account is 365 days. And I have this webhook text that I get straight from Signal Stack that says symbol, alert symbol, action close. So basically what this is going to do is it's going to, when this alert triggers based on the alert symbol, which is obviously AMAT, it's going to close the position. It's going to send an automatic closing order into my broker. So no matter what amount of shares you have, it's just going to close it. And then I'm just going to create that alert, and boom. That is pretty much my entire position managed automatically. And so once it hits this trailing stop or breaks through, it's going to automatically sell out of my account. And now what I do is I move it from my short list to my actual portfolio watch list so I can keep an eye on it. And then I'm going to mark what price I actually got in, which I can see right here, 424.36. $424.36. That is my entry. And boom, now I know my entry and where my stop loss is exactly set. As you can see here, I have them on some other trades like LSCC. I mean, right there, right around that breakout. LRCX Lam Research, doing pretty good. Marvell, I recently got into, currently up on that one. Been in U for a bit. I actually got in right at the 21-day EMA there. Got the stop loss set there. ADI is kind of shitting on me today, but my stop is still pretty far. Yeah, guys, I just built a momentum portfolio. A pretty wide stop. It's a 20% trailing stop. But yeah, that's pretty much how I use TrendSpider to essentially automate my trading. I think I have room for one more position that I can add. Yep. So I could add one. Why not? Let's see. Talking about RKLB, but it said avoid PL. It says it just likes RKLB more. It's fine. Doesn't like any of these. Oh, BORR has earnings today? That is right. I didn't remember saying that. BORR. Should I take a little earnings gamble? Not really a gamble, but should I buy BORR for earnings? Psychic is saying the cycle has peaked, though. Q is an interesting. Where to put Q? Because it did like Q at one point. Puts it in third tier. It's a semiconductor company, revenue accelerating, B plus raised with very good guidance. Just as such a new stock, that's why I didn't put it up too high, but honestly, it's trending pretty nicely. Be high risk, high reward. QUCY. I'll look at anything. I generally only trade 2 billion plus market cap. So yeah, this wouldn't be on my, I wouldn't be watching this myself. What is going on, SJE News? Thank you for smashing that like button. Welcome to the stream. We are just big chilling here waiting for Nvidia earnings. Hope you're having a good day. Okay, easy PW. Should I just grab this one? What does easy PW even do? I don't think I give a shit. Just kidding. Let's see. Revenue 46% year over year. As you can see, the revenue growth is very nice. Wow, that is really good. Provides the only specialty finance exposure in a portfolio currently without it, which is my portfolio. Very good for sector diversification. So honestly, EasyPW is trending like a semi, but apparently doesn't, it doesn't have that semiconductor exposure. So it'd be good for diversification at the minimum. I already have a bunch of semi names, of course, which is great for now until that, until semis aren't the ones trending anymore. Then you're just, there's pros and cons to diversification, right? How's your guys' portfolios looking? Are you guys mostly in semiconductors, or here's mine? At least my trading portfolio, which is more like position trading, but got mostly semiconductors and industrials, infrastructure plays, some tech, few energy names, some defense. I've been holding those for fucking ever. HWM, I think, has been killing it. They did have a power earnings gap and are looking good. ESC, I think might have came down, but was killing it. Yeah, they had a gap down on earnings. Honestly, not looking super hot. Loki want to just trim that one out. I've been in since like all the way since back here sometime. How's Ross doing? I'm in ROST. Ross bounced back up today. It's trying to get back above that cloud. No, I feel like Rocket Lab and PL would be a solid one to add. Add space and defense sector exposure you don't have for Rocket Lab, but it's just so damn extended. Anytime I trade this shit, I get stopped out. And of course, the one trade I don't take, I took this one, I got stopped out basically at break even, a little bit of a loss, not much of a loss. And that one was whatever, I didn't even take it. But, if I grabbed it here, I would be in profit and already stop into break even. Which kind of pisses me off, but, that's what happens. Planet Labs also looks good. Check out the weekly, though. Is this one pretty extended? It's definitely less extended on the weekly than Rocket Lab. Stop is under the cloud. So I'm thinking, either Planet Labs. I think TTMI was too extended. Yeah, that's pretty extended. ASML. Also kind of extended. Weekly's not too bad, though, honestly. Stop is pretty far. RKLV, TTMI, AZPW. Super indecisive, guys, even with Sidekick. I think EZPW is pretty cool because it gives you a lot of diversification. Already had earnings. Looks like a pretty good earnings, and it's pulling back to this 21-week EMA or 21-day. The 9-day EMA it tested as well. Yeah. I'm going to grab EZPW. And I am... Let's see. It's going to buy it in my brokerage. Search EZPW. Market order it because I don't give a fuck. Boom. So now I have some EZPW. I'm going to add it out of my short list to my actual watch list. I'm going to right click on my trailing stop to set my alert up. Breakthrough or touch, it's on the daily, but I'm using the 10-minute confirmations. Put in my signal stack note to automate the exit for me. 365 days, create alert, and boom. That is it, you guys. Let's flick over back to our live dashboard and see what is going on over here. SPY is moving up into the close. Looking like it wants to have a really nice close. We got 30 minutes or so until Nvidia comes out. Who else just tuned in, you guys? Go ahead and say what's up in the chat. We are waiting patiently for Nvidia earnings. Hope you guys are all excited because it should be a fun one. Let me know if you just joined in or if you're still tuned in, where you guys are tuning in from, and any stocks that you guys are watching. Let's refresh some of these scans. Let's see if there's any good little Minervini breakouts. FTK, KNX. What do I think? Ooh, VLO. Hold up. VLO is recently on. I was on my short list that I was just looking at. Yeah, had a breakout yesterday, and it's coming back down today. Same with a lot of energy names. Somebody asked how I think about gold. Let's take a gander at it. I would personally like silver more. But gold is coming back down to the monthly 9-day EMA. The trend is still well and intact. And let's go to the weekly. Ooh, it wants to flip red on the week. I don't know. It looks like it's in like it potentially is starting stage 3, which is not really where you want to enter. Yeah, it's in stage 3, technically. Go back to one chart here. So it's sitting on that 30-week SMA. I would say it's probably fine if you wanted to add some gold here, but it is potentially starting stage 3, you guys, which it has almost a couple of times. But it could also bounce up and go back into stage 2, or pretty much remain in stage 2. I'd say it's a solid buy point. Let's look at silver. Same with silver. Silver is honestly stronger. Do you have this little trend line if you do put any weight into trend lines? Right along that 30-week SMA. Honestly, I don't hate it at all. You just want to set a stop, and it's a pretty low risk. I mean, anything's a low risk entry if you just set your stop right. The chats indicator is dropping out of strong momentum though. It's been pretty choppy. It looks like it's green today though. If I were to get in, this would be my stop on silver. Gold, I don't think I even have an entry. Yeah, I would prefer silver over gold just based on technicals alone. But again, yeah, I don't think it's the worst play of all time, especially with inflation, being so high and the talk of rates. See how Nvidia looks on the stage analysis. Yeah, we're so here's an example of Nvidia. Almost went into stage 3, almost potentially even stage 4, but it ended up going back above that 30-week SMA and still in stage 2. Sometimes stage 4 kind of tricks you out. That's what happened on all. I don't even know if Micron went to stage 4 ever. Nah. Or SanDisk. Yeah, so I'd say Nvidia is a pretty good. Or let's look at Palantir. I think Palantir is still in stage 4, so you can see you got stage 2, stage 3, and stage 4 is active. Honestly, Palantir, not gonna lie, like great company, fundamentals look great, but like if you're like a stage analysis trader, you would either 1, not be long, or 2, shorting this under this weekly cloud. That's, hate to say I'm no bear, but Palantir does, based on the charts, look like an okay short position from here. What do you guys think about Palantir? One second. Sorry about that. What's going on here? Ooh, Nvidia came down not too long ago. What just happened? Is that the overall market or just Nvidia? Nvidia came down on the intraday charts. Let's take a look at what's going on there. So let me throw on the orb indicator real quick. You would have collected a 1R trade on orb today. if you went long on the 5-minute time frame. Let's check out the 15. Same on the 15 1R. Is there any news that just came out in NVIDIA though? Or is it just pre-earnings volatility? This came out or dropped at 1440 about an hour ago. Yeah, I don't know. Should have Ripster joining any time now. Let me check to see if he sent me any messages here. Ripster is the absolute GOAT, though. He's going to join us here in just a second, you guys. Again, the creator of these clouds that I have on my chart that I'm using pretty much every single day. He also has the Ripster MTF clouds, which use multiple time frames. Let's see how they're looking on NVIDIA. I think he uses, what, the 10 minutes of trade? So yeah, recent cloud flip down to a red. And then you got supports on at 214 and 202. That's interesting. Forget which exact levels those are. That is, I believe, the 34 and 50 hour clouds. And then what else does he use on here? 3450, 2021, and 50 and 55-day EMA. So yeah, the 21 you can see is right there. And then we got the 50 and 55-day EMAs on the clouds right here. Pretty cool indicator. Brings in the clouds from several different time frames onto a single chart for you. There are some scanners that you can use as well. Let me find them. If you guys are interested in these Ripster clouds, they are available on TrendSpider. I'll drop a link down in the YouTube chat below right now. He does also have some of scanners on there. So I'm going to open this link up and find those too. Yeah, so I'm going to go to my market scanner. I'm just going to add it into a watch list on the side. Because you guys didn't know, on TrendSpider, you can use any of your watch lists or any of your scanners as a watch list. You got AbbVie bouncing off a cloud here. So as you can see, this scanner finds stocks bouncing off of a green cloud, which leaves the 60-minute, the 1 hour clouds. Got ABBV, pretty nice little move there. Bounce off the cloud. OG clouds had a crossover on the 10-minute. VEEV, I feel like I've seen this one a few times, bouncing off of the cloud today. That's a pretty good move. Could play this one all the way up to like 171. Yeah, that one's pretty down and dirty. Skills. Yeah, I don't love that one. It's pretty good cloud bounces. We got at the right here, I'll add some more, or his one other scan. The rejects. These are some short opportunities. You got Pepsi. Well, yeah, we'll see what Rip has to say about the current market. Should be joining soon. Let me see if he sent me a message or not. do. So let's go E.L. on here. Estee Lauder. That's a pretty good short setup, honestly. Bouncing up off that nice little dip that I made yesterday. And it's rejecting this red cloud. Oh, wow, you guys. Nvidia earnings is approaching. Let's take a look, see how we're looking on the charts going into it. Let's look at the 10-minute here. We are just kind of getting rejected at these two cloud levels. We got the OG clouds and the 1 hour clouds here, both red. Price is trading under both, so it's not looking super hot fire going into the close, everybody. Nvidia did take a little bit of a tumble below that 1 hour cloud. Pull up the 1 hour. There's Rip. Yo, what's going on, Ripster?
Hey, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, just give me a second.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. We're just chilling here looking at Nvidia, waiting for these numbers to come out. SPY is moving up pretty nicely into close, you guys. Basically a high of day right now. We got about about 24 minutes until the market closes, and SPY, as you can see, is pushing into the close. Looks like software is too. Don't sleep on software, you guys. IGV looking pretty good. How are we looking on the sector rotation? It's in recovering on the sector rotation chart. But Nvidia having a little bit of trouble, as you can see here. But let me know. I think a lot of people are going to start tuning in here for the Nvidia earnings, which are set to report very, very soon. So I'm actually going to throw in a prompt to Sidekick. Let me hide these indicators, get a little bit of clutter out. Open up our Sidekick. Let's see what Sidekick has to say about Nvidia going into the close here. Welcome back, Rip.
Yeah, I'm trying to set up the stream. Are we live yet?
Yeah, we're live. If you want me to remove you from the stage real quick, or?
Yeah, I'm trying to set up the stream, so you can remove and I'll get back in.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put you back up in just a second then.
All right.
So Ripster's just trying to get his side of things set up. He's just tuning in right now. So we'll give him some time, but let's see what Nvidia or Sidekick has to say about Nvidia here going into the close. Got the 1 hour chart open. Kind of diddly down around these Ripster clouds on the 1 hour. Pretty choppy here. Sidekick gives it a hold, not a chase. It said it has a sell the news pattern on the 4 of the last 5 earnings prints. So it doesn't say buy, it doesn't say sell. It just gives it a hold. EPS is expected at 1.76, revenue at $79 billion, and Nvidia has beaten estimates for 17 straight quarters, which is absolutely insane. Rip, I just put you back up there. You don't have to say anything, but this one, because I can't hear you if you once ever you're ready. But yeah. But let's see what else we got here. Tons of good news. We got a bunch of price target raises for Nvidia. What else we got? China gaming chip ban today. There's something today. Financial Times reports that China banned Nvidia's gaming chip during Jensen's visit. I did not see that. Did that news just come out? When did that come out? Let's see. Yeah, there's always that China risk. You know, they did meet he did meet with the president of China in Beijing last week, which caused Nvidia to rip. This is when they were ripping over here. You see the H200 China cleared as they hit the highs, and that ultimately marked the top. Leopold, $8.5 billion notional short, I think. China gaming ban, I guess, happened like pre-market. Not the greatest thing to be announced the day of your earnings. Let's see what the expected move is from the at-the-money straddle here on Nvidia. So we're getting about 235. Let's mark these levels. 235 to about 209. We'll mark those on the chart. So if you guys are trading options going into Nvidia earnings, you're going to want to know the expected move, which you can see on my chart right there at 235 and 209. We'll see how that changes as the market starts to close here in a second. Might actually be fun to keep it on to see how it changes moving into the close. Now, let me see if it actually translates over here. Actually, I don't even have it over there. Okay, cool. Got the Nvidia chart here. Here's the key levels from options. We got a 250 for the call side, so aka essentially resistance. And then let's see, like 200 or so for the put. So 250 to 200, and the expected move is 209 to 235. So I would probably keep an eye on these levels. But yeah, basically if you're buying options going into earnings and you're buying a call, you're going to need Nvidia to move above 235 for your call to ultimately, make some money, unless you buy it in money, and then lower than about 210 if you're buying puts. And if you're selling like a strangle or a straddle, you want it to stay in between these two levels, and that way, any options that have a strike, in between 210 and 235, once the implied volatility comes in or crushes tomorrow, all those stocks or all those options contracts will lose a lot of their value just because the implied volatility dropped. So there's a lot of things you have to keep in mind when you are trading options going into earnings here. And Nvidia is just having some trouble at this this 1 hour resistance now. It's trying to break above the 5 minute 21 period EMA on the cloud there. Okay, cool. All right, Rick.
All right. Yeah, we are. I think we're live streaming as well.
Incredible. Yeah, man. How's your day been? How have you been?
It's good, man. Been busy, right? Just been crazy,
I hear you, man.
crazy with this Nvidia earnings semiconductor. We knew about it that they're going to pump. We saw it yesterday. The money was flowing out of the software names, and they're trying to buy the semiconductor names.
Yeah.
So we had a plan this morning that we're going to trade long on these semiconductor names, and that's kind of worked out pretty nicely.
Yeah. It's been a hell of a bounce back from the semiconductor names today for sure.
Yeah, a lot of MTFs today, a lot of MTF longs. If you look at a lot of the names that we had, SMCI, if you look at SMCI.
Let's take a look.
You see, that was our MTF long in the community.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there was few more. Let's see here.
You played the bounce off this cloud, or like did you just go long at open?
Yeah, right at the open. I mean, we have a plan, everything in the pre-market, so this was
Absolutely.
ARM was good. A lot of
Oh,
traders were
ARM.
on ARM was a daily breakout. If you look at it, the daily breakout, that was
Okay.
pretty good.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a very nice one. Let me hide this indicator.
Yeah,
Damn, ARM. That is a
yeah,
beautiful,
that
beautiful
was
breakout.
that was beautiful.
Hell
A
yeah.
lot of names bounced. Look at BE, Bloom Energy bounced right off the
Yeah,
1 hour Ripster clouds. So there was definitely a lot of setups today.
absolutely. Been a very bullish day. Very bullish day. Except for, the only thing's down is energy. I don't know. Were you trading energy at all lately or no?
No. I mean, we have a rotation tracker.
Right.
In the new app we have Tenant Research. So we saw that the money was rotating out of some of these names. Quantums were pretty hot today. Nuclear was pretty hot.
Quantum.
Yeah,
Were you trading like
everything they started in
INTU?
the middle of the day. When
Yeah.
the yield started to break down, that's when it started.
Yeah.
Before that, we were having pretty slow day. So, are we ready for Nvidia? 15 more minutes.
Yep. Getting ready. I mean, the market closed in 15, but I don't think they're scheduled to actually release their earnings until 20 minutes after the bell. So I'll have a little bit of time, but yeah, something happened with Nvidia not too long ago. It kind of broke down, but it's reclaiming that. It broke down like an hour ago.
So Nvidia has been running wild before the earnings. So
Yeah.
I'm more interested in the sympathies, right? If Nvidia blows out of the revenue estimates and the backlog, then I'm more interested in the memory stocks,
Okay.
photonics, the CPU bottleneck, right? So that's the
Yeah.
key. Even if Nvidia doesn't do much, because every time it reports earning, it goes back into the chop.
Yeah. No, for sure.
But the whole ecosystem of Nvidia, that's what we want to see do better.
So yeah, that makes sense. So you have your eyes mostly on the memory names, like what,
Memory
Micron?
names, photonics.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of bottlenecks that I talk about. We have memory bottleneck, CPU bottleneck, Intel, AR. They are already pushing battery storage bottleneck. Photonics has been down today. AAOI, Light, Cohere.
Yeah.
So definitely looking at AOI for that recovery over 2021 MTF clouds there. So definitely watching. We're definitely watching the leverage ETFs on NVDL if you want to trade that,
Right.
but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Nvidia looks pretty decent going into earnings, at least on the OG clouds on the daily. It's bouncing off the 9-day EMA, it looks like, but
Yeah.
I think it's like the 1 hour cloud is kind of sitting right there at the price. It broke below it a couple of days ago, after everything kind of came down. So
Yeah, the weekly is pretty good there as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's sitting right at the previous high from October. All-time high, basically. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Like you said, or it might just go back down the chop.
Yeah, you can create. People can have their semiconductor AI watch list on side of TrendSpider, to track that.
Yeah, no, for sure, is a really great way to do that. We actually have, like, if you just look at a watch list, you can just type SMH. And it's the SMH holdings will just pull up right here. It has most of the big names, AAOI, of course, AMD, Intel. So it's the entire semiconductor ETF that you can build out nicely, and then you can pick plays out of here and add it into your own watch list. So yeah, good point there. We have your scanner set up too. I was kind of looking through some. There is some interesting plays. Nothing semiconductor wise. Now is on there.
Yeah, I mean, now is on the semiconductor because now was a long versus double MTF Ripster clouds. You look at that. So that was the setup. What made it a good setup, because we also had 100 right there. So the scanner, the scanner is pretty nice. TrendSpider scanner, you can pick up, because the key is to have these setups right before the move or close to these MTF clouds, so you guys can grab them.
Yeah.
SMCI was pretty cool there. Another one, look at another semi, NVTS.
Oh yeah. Ooh, very nice day.
Yeah, look at the intraday.
Yeah.
Look at the 2-day chart on 10-minute. You see that?
Yeah.
You see the bounce yesterday from Ripster, lower MTF. There's a daily MTF, Ripster, and then 1 hour, right? So easy. So easy.
Yeah.
So the scanner, TrendSpider scanner, picked it up in the morning.
Nice. That's incredible. Yeah, if you guys want to check out these scans, by the way, I'll drop a link down below in the chat right now. But you can just search up, Ripster Clouds TrendSpider. It should pop up as well. And it brings you guys to all of his, I'll show you guys on the screen. We have all this stuff. We have the OG clouds, of course, built right into the platform, the Ripster clouds, and all of his other custom indicators, MTF, and the scanners in there as well. So definitely check them out, you guys. Very useful stuff. That one was sick. It's currently in the scanner, and yeah, I mean, it was a perfect bounce. You can see all the levels of support lining up from this morning. And the daily, I mean, basically, what is this? The 1 hour crossing above the daily. Pretty nice setup there.
Yeah. Hey. I mean, it's bullish. You can just put the stops under 100. That's it.
Right.
But we want to see the rotation. What happens after the Nvidia earnings? If they rotate back into software, you will see a lot of these names push back up. The other thing, the beauty of our 1 hour clouds and MTF clouds is to avoid anything which is trading under the MTF clouds. Go to AAOI from this morning.
Yeah.
Go to the 10-minute chart. Photonics, one of the hottest sectors, but it was lagging today. You see what happened at the morning. We were not long. The traders in the community were short, because you see that Ripster 1 hour cloud right there. Right away, I know anybody who tried to buy the dips all day, dip, got pretty badly dipped. This is the first call which is happening, because, of course, the sector, we need to understand the sector rotation. The photonics is weak, and Ripster MTF cloud tells you that easily, that you're not going to touch it long. You want to touch it. You want to touch it short if you'd want to.
Yeah, you got to follow the trend, right? I mean, if it's trending under this cloud, it clearly got rejected in pre-market too.
Yeah.
And then all day, like you said, the dips were just not being bought. It's being held down by the OG clouds even on the 10-minute there.
Now look at Oklo, right?
Ooh, I haven't seen this one in a while.
So Oklo was on our rotation tracker in our new investment research app, Tannet Research. So we have a rotation tracker. It was top. Nuclear sector was on top of our rotation. And the traders saw this long over the 1 hour MTF cloud, and boom, so you could make that trade from 58 all the way to 62. Such is the power of the Ripster MTF clouds right there. Just need to find the hard bullish sectors to long, find the stock which is giving you a nice MTF cloud setup, use your support resistance, pre-market levels, and take it.
Yep. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Love the clouds. Use them pretty much every day.
The other...
go ahead.
One more one, CRDO. This was a swing that also alerted on Twitter as well when it was trading at 150. You see that 150, the daily gap. That was a pretty huge win for us. Huge win for both our swing trade and day trade. So I tweeted right at 150 exactly that. Watch for the gap fill bounce, and we used the 150 psychological. And since yesterday, now you can go to 10-minute. There was no reason to cut this swing, because it reclaimed. If you see yesterday, boom, reclaim. First it reclaimed the Ripster 50 MTF, then it reclaimed Ripster 1 hour MTF. Today it broke out of Ripster 2021 MTF. Beautiful. It's over $30 per share profit for us.
Very
both in
nice.
Tanner Group and Tanner Research. And it was
Oh,
on
yeah.
Twitter. So yeah, just how to use the daily chart setups with intraday with your 10-minute OG clouds and Ripster MTF clouds. So that's what we're looking for tomorrow as well after hours. See what gives us a setup. If Nvidia earnings are blowout, then of course we will be looking for the Sympathy plays.
Yep, absolutely. And you're saying memory mostly, right? What do you say, memory and what other stocks?
Memory, photonics,
Photonics, yeah.
photonics connectivity.
Yep. Yeah, Credo is an interesting one.
Your sidekick AI might be able to help with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Paul, I was using Sidekick to analyze what it thought of Nvidia going into earnings. We can ask it about that too, you know, some sympathy plays. Let's see what it has to say. So after Nvidia reports, say it is a good report, what are some good sympathy plays to watch out for that will benefit? What sectors and or themes as well? Let's see what Sidekick has to say about that. Logic out there said scalpers get ready for sniper entry on Nvidia. Hell yeah. Let's go to Nvidia. Open on the 10-minute here. Yeah, it's looking interesting going into close here. Kind of still rejecting this this cloud. Well, let's see what Sidekick has to say. Because yeah, I agree. The sympathy plays will be a really good move. You know, they don't, because even if Nvidia comes out and smashes earnings, doesn't mean they're for sure going to go up. But top 3 highest beta sympathy plays to watch from Sidekick saying is Marvell, ARM, and Dell.
Yeah, Marvell is our photonics, part of the photonics connectivity that we just discussed. So that's pretty good.
Let's see. Yeah, those are pretty cool. It did list SMCI as one for AI infrastructure and Dell.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, those are the top ones, right?
Yep, for sure. VST, that's an interesting one. And
I
Bloom
mean,
Energy.
AVGO, Taiwan Semi,
Yep.
ON Semiconductors.
AMAT.
But those who want to trade Nvidia, they can trade SOXL, SOXS, NVDL. Use the leverage ETFs, trade the leverage ETFs. Those are much better than gambling on your lottos.
Yeah. No, I'd agree. You don't have that theta decay. You do have a little bit of decay on long term, but if you're just like, you know, swing trading, day trading, it's like nothing.
Yeah.
This will be awesome though. We got 3 minutes until the market closes. 3 minutes. A lot of people are.
Do we have any other earnings after hours? It's just Nvidia.
Nvidia, we got e.l.f, e.l.f.
Yeah, that's
Intuit TurboTax. Nothing nearly as exciting as Nvidia. Go over to the live dashboard over here again.
Yeah, e.l.f. Beauty completely got killed. If it broke 50,
yeah,
it's if it breaks 50, it's going way lower.
I don't know if you've seen BORR, but that one reports today as well.
Which one?
It's bore drilling. BORR. It's actually been trending pretty nice here on the daily chart. Pretty less known name, but you know, it's been trading on the clouds pretty nice, bouncing off. I believe this is the daily clouds down here. So that one also reports. So I'll put that one in the list. Be fun to watch. But Nvidia is definitely the biggest one today, of course.
Of course. Intuit is also pretty bearish chart. You know, like we discussed in our last once we did our last live stream, that was pretty good. Worked out pretty nicely. We discussed all that. Whenever there's a bearish chart going into the earnings, a bad earnings is a great short. Bullish chart into the earnings and good earnings is a pretty good all-time high, is a pretty good long. The thing with the Nvidia is it has a history of consolidating even after good earnings. Now it's breaking out of the weekly. It's breaking out the big weekly chart.
Yep.
But if it pulls back, I think there'll be buyers at 200. That'll be better. The traders would love to buy it around the 200 level.
Yeah, 200 would be nice. But then the trend would be kind of broken too at the same time.
Yeah, that cat bounce
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. But 200 definitely perfect psychological level. E.l.f. just tanked going into close here. The market is about to close in about a minute or less. It is 3:59 and we are about to probably see some movement. You know, Nvidia is not going to report probably until another 20 minutes. At least that's what it says online. But there is the market. We just closed up. Intuit is moving right off the bat here like crazy. Intuit is already up 4% in the first seconds of the market closing.
They might have already reported. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Intuit was getting killed because of that. Was getting killed because of that AI, right? Mythos or
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. Yeah, because a lot of people, I mean, you know, accounting, doing your taxes, that's definitely something AI is probably pretty good at. I didn't use it personally. You know, I still paid someone to do my taxes, but I can easily see myself building out something to do my taxes pretty soon.
Oh, you can do anything these days with AI,
Yeah.
man.
No, you just got to take the time to set it up, you know.
Yeah.
What AIs do you like to use, Rip?
We use Perplexity, but it's
Okay.
based on Anthropic. So we actually, our new platform that we built, we are using a bunch of AIs, and we have our own AI, Tenet
Nice.
AI. So
Oh
we
yeah.
just did everything together, just like you guys have that
Yeah.
sidekick.
No, that's the
In,
move, dude. Oh yeah.
Intuit's
Intuit,
dropping.
they just came in with earnings. They beat EPS and they beat sales. So double beat, but actually they just tanked. They're down 4% on a double beat. So we'll see. Maybe they had some bad forward guidance.
I mean, Intuit revenue was growing at 17%. Let's see what they do now. All eyes are on Nvidia.
Oh yeah. Yeah, pretty solid beat for Intuit. I mean, they came in at 8.55 billion. Wow. Is that a double?
8.5. It's just in line. I mean, it was 8.54 expected.
Yeah.
You know.
I was in shock for a second, but yeah, obviously their what is it? Their Q3 numbers is where they make most of their money, which makes sense. Tax time.
I mean, it's pretty cheap stock, but AI has killed it.
Somebody said, Mike, check out Soxel percentage move post 2025 tariff sell off. Are you talking about like it wasn't like April? I mean, it's up 383% from the March low in 2026. But he said 2025 tariff sell off.
Yeah, see, the Intuit is another example when the daily chart is super bearish.
Yeah.
You know, if it breaks, it's pretty bad. So if you see that everybody's bagged on Intuit on since like last year, super bearish daily chart. That's why, and now breaking even more down that
Yeah.
343. If it breaks that 343, it's gonna go to 300 in coming days. So
Yeah.
hopefully they can defend it.
Yeah. Pretty
So,
clear downtrend. I mean, you just look at the
yeah.
clouds, they're all
I'm
red.
very careful buying at super bearish charts, even
Yeah.
after good earnings. I will rather buy super bullish charts or IPOs, which are at highs and they do amazing earnings. You know, we had some amazing runners on the earnings. If you look at INOD, which ran crazy after the earnings, you know, all-time highs is good. I mean, technically, if you ask me, technically Nvidia technical setup is pretty amazing for it to break out to 250.
I
Right?
was thinking the same. Like, honestly, it's sitting above, you know, the 921 EMA cloud right here. Their
Yeah.
only resistance there is what, that 60-hour cloud, which it's currently above right now in the after hours.
Yeah. I mean, it's a weekly chart. If you look at daily and weekly, right, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
history of Nvidia is just, I mean, let's see what is the expected revenue on Nvidia. Let's take a look. And expected EPS.
79 billion, I want to say. Double
So EPS on Nvidia. Expected is
should have it. I believe it should be 79. Yeah, it says 79 billion and 1.76 EPS. That's what Sidekick said, is according to analysts. And it's beaten for 17 straight quarters. But as Ripster has been saying, the past few earnings, I mean, it's really done nothing but chop. It's come down.
its revenue is growing. Its revenue is growing at 73% every year, right? So revenue is going crazy. The margins, net margins, 55, 60%, insane. But again, it's also $5.41 trillion company, right? It's already, PE is pretty crazy. So it gets tied into the earnings, right? Now, let's say if, what were you saying for the revenue? Is we have, let's see.
Yeah, 79 billion expected, which is about 11 billion higher than their last quarter.
Yeah, 7 billion expected. So if they come out with something like 80 billion, 82 billion, 84 billion, then that's going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, I think they have to, at least they have to beat the expectation. Like,
so last time expected was 66 billion, they did 68 billion. Amazing growth, but stock did nothing. Before that, expected was 54 billion, they did 57 billion. Stock didn't really do much, but this time it's expected 78. If they do anything close to 85, I think that's something which is going to move the needle. Or even if they do 80, that might move a little bit. So we'll definitely want to hear what they say about China, right? Because Jansen just went to China, so that's what we want to hear.
Yep, 100%. And we're still waiting for Nvidia to come out. It's going to be a little bit of time. Until that happens, I just wanted to let you guys know that TrendSpider just started a sale for Memorial Day. If you guys use the link down below in the chat. Also, I believe Ripster, you tweeted out something, right? With your link. If you guys want to use Ripster's link, you can do that too. Follow him on X. But you can save up to 45% off of TrendSpider today. Sale ends in a couple of days, so you guys make sure you take advantage of this. It comes with all of Ripster's clouds, the scanners for the clouds. TrendSpider is the only place that they even have scanners for Ripster clouds, right? So
we have all the only platform which has the MTF scanners. We don't have the MTF scanner anywhere else. The only platform which has the MTF scanners, like we just showed you for SMCI trade or other trades, only TrendSpider has it, not any other.
Absolutely. So guys, make sure you check it out while it's on sale. Get a good deal, let's see. But yeah.
This is what is it? What is coming up? Long weekend, right?
What was that?
Long weekend sale.
Yeah. Yep. Monday, the market is closed. So we'll have a long weekend for the traders. And somebody asked about e.l.f. earnings. Let's take a look to see if they came out. e.l.f. earnings are in. They beat EPS, came in at 32 cents, beating 29 cents, and sales beat as well. And their forward guidance also just came in pretty much not very good, actually. It came in less than expected. So not very good guidance, it looks like, on e.l.f., but they did have a double beat on earnings. Intuit is down 10%. We got e.l.f. up 6%. And now we're just waiting for good old Nvidia and whatever else reports. ENS, URBN. I'm going to put BORR up there. Some drilling company has been trending nicely. They have not reported yet, but
You want to show
Then
the if we have time for NVIDIA, you can show the MTF scanner.
yeah, no, absolutely. We have some time for sure. So yeah, I actually do have the scanners pulled up right now. Actually, we can just use the scanners as a watch list, which I have them on my right hand side of the chart. So we can just pull up some of the names that came out. This one is a cloud bounce. So it tracks anything that recently bounced off of a green cloud. As you can see right here, it bounced right there. And the scan will find them, right as the move is happening. As you can see, another, green cloud is right there. And you can, customize these scanners as well if you wanted. It did find now this morning as well, which, Ripster was talking about playing this morning too. But yeah, this is how you find some bullish setups using the clouds, these cloud bounces. That was a perfect bounce right there. You could have day traded. And honestly, this is a great one because it just had a
I mean, so many good setups, man.
Yeah.
Just, nothing even comes close to the MTF setups.
Yeah.
I'm glad you built it.
No, yeah, I'm glad it's on the platform. I mean, we've had your OG clouds forever on here.
Yeah.
Now you built these new clouds, which I really like how you combined the multiple different time frames as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, nobody really used these multiple time frame EMS for day trading, especially for intraday or short-term trading. Everybody used it on bigger time frame. I kind of invented this concept to use it in a smaller time frame, and what we found was insane amount of high probability trading setups combined with support resistance, your hard sectors and your hard themes, both for long setups and short setups. I mean, I show hundreds of examples every day. We trade it live in the community every day. So there is no doubt that no one can succeed trading with the MTF cloud system.
yeah, no, absolutely. And you guys follow Ripster here on X. The link is down below. I also just dropped the link to the scanners in the YouTube chat down below. If you guys want to see it, you guys can click that link in the description. It'll take you to all of Ripster's stuff on the store. I'll show you guys on the actual store page here how it looks. So when you click that link, you're going to pull this up. You can just search up, Ripster Cloud, TrendSpider. It probably will pull up too. But, it has the scans in here. And it has all of the custom indicators. Of course, the MTF clouds, which is what most people are using. I got the trend labels, the Ripster DTR versus ATR.
Yeah, thank you.
R-ball labels.
Yeah, you got the full suite. Thanks for doing that promotion.
Yeah, no, of course. Thank
So
you for coming on.
so we have 8 more minutes.
Yep.
So Nvidia that we just talked about is expecting $79 billion.
Yep.
Anything over that is going to be good. But the personality of Nvidia, after every earnings, it goes to consolidation. But this time it's a little different because it's trading on a weekly breakout chart.
Yeah.
What we will be looking for sympathy trades on AAI, Marvel, Taiwan Semi, SMCI, NVDA, SOXL, right? If the whatever they say it's bullish, the backlog, what's the backlog, how's the demand of AI chips, the demand of the whole, we have this Nvidia supply. Can I share my screen for a minute until we come up?
Yeah. Here.
Yeah. So what we did was, in our new tenant research platform, I created a list. We have a list called Nvidia suppliers.
Nice.
So everybody that supplies to Nvidia is on this watch list, right? So everybody will benefit, of course, most of the important names. So that's how we find our swing and investing opportunities. So same thing we're going to do tomorrow based upon how Nvidia reports, and we're going to look at it. And of course, when you drill down in our tenant research platform, which is unlike any other investing and swing trading platform, we see the details about everything. How the EPS is growing, how the revenue is growing, how the EPS is accelerating, right? There's a revenue growth, then there's a rate of revenue growth. Both has to grow. For example, this one, SanDisk, growing crazy. So, and then we can see what was the previous earnings, We can see the recent analyst actions, price target updates. Then we have our analysis, full analysis, bull case, bear case, key catalysts, so that we want to long or we want to short it. So that's how we find the opportunities. So that's what I wanted to talk about, that if Nvidia does good, we have all these research lists which will help us finding the plays which will move with the Nvidia. Other one is AI ecosystem. So if AI ecosystem has, again, most of those stocks which will run if Nvidia does good. Same is true if Nvidia says a little bit something bad about the demand, then same way everything will dump as well, right? So that's how you find your opportunities in the market. Everything depends on Nvidia. Nvidia is the biggest company in the world, the biggest stock in the world. The pump is all about Nvidia. So Nvidia earnings today will decide the AI pump continues or we go into consolidation. So be ready. Make sure you don't have to trade after hours. We trade after hours in the community, but make your list. Be ready. If you want easy way to do it, you can get to Tenet research platform. We also have Tenet AI, and we have demo portfolios, a lot of education as well. This is our new platform. Anyways, just wanted to show how we are doing and finding those opportunities there.
Yeah, no, very cool. Looks like an awesome platform. Definitely check it out, you guys. Yeah, very cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing good since we launched. Our short-term portfolio is up 70%. So long-term is
Nice.
8%, but the short-term is how we find these opportunities. Most focus in those AI. Just one stock we added 2 days ago, CRDO is up, beautiful move there. So yeah, it's all about doing your investment, your research. Use platforms like TrendSpider. Use platform like ours to do good research, find your plays, your own conviction. Use TrendSpider to find your stock entries. Only TrendSpider has those MTF scanners. Combine all that and find the market opportunities to make some good trades.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got someone out there keeps talking about e.l.f. Let me pull it up the chart real quick. We did cover it, but everyone's looking at Nvidia. But I will say, e.l.f. came in, they had a double beat on earnings, and they are up. It's a solid report.
So e.l.f. trade is clear. You put your stops at 50. If you want to long it, you long it. If it breaks 50, you never look back. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't have a $52 stop. You can't have a $51 stop. If it pushes over Ripster 1 hour clouds, it's going to push back towards 59, right? So that's your plan for e.l.f. I would not short it right now because it's over the 2 days highs. It's trying to push over the previous day highs, and it's trying to push over Ripster 1 hour clouds. So that's your answer on e.l.f.
There you go. There you go. So you'd want to wait to short it until it gets back up, to like the
50.
I mean, right?
Yeah. I mean, right now I wouldn't even think about shorting it because it's showing some bullish momentum. It's bouncing over that 50 psychological level. So it can have a short-term push upward.
Yep. Yeah. Sitting here at this red cloud right now, having a little bit of resistance too. So we'll see what happens there. But
I mean, nobody cares about the beauty stocks. Nobody cares about the software stocks. Nobody cares about any of these names. Everybody wants the AI pump. Yeah. Everybody wants the next BE. Everybody wants the next AOI. So the FOMO is just crazy, right? They didn't even care about high oil prices. They didn't even care about, they cared a little bit now when the yields were higher, but they didn't care about inflation. It's just insane FOMO.
I know, it's insane. Inflation is hitting like 3-year highs or something like that. Rates are going up, but everyone is just still loving the semis. I mean, look at Micron. How is Micron doing today? I think it pumped. Yeah, it came back up. It bounced really nice. I had like 3 days of red, and that's about it. So hopefully this keeps going. Hopefully it keeps going. I definitely have my fair share of semiconductor exposure. So
I mean, Nvidia will make or break the immediate AI pump today. So make sure you download your, listen to the earning transcript. You guys have earning transcripts too, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow we're actually you can use Sidekick to analyze it for you. So like tomorrow or tonight,
I'm gonna test it out. Yeah.
Whenever it gets uploaded, you can just ask it, summarize the earnings call transcript. We're gonna post a blog about it tomorrow too. With Sidekicks.
So make sure if you're an Nvidia investor or if you want to make sure you read the earning transcript today before you do your trades tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, the earnings call will come on probably in like 40 minutes. The earnings are about to come in any second now, by the way, you guys. Let's go take a look on our other screen here. We got Nvidia at the top left over there. BORR just flew up 3%. E.l.f. is still up 6%. Intuit is down 11% now.
All right. Anytime now. Boom, boom.
What's going to happen?
Remember NVDL, SOXL, NVDS, TQQQ, SQQQ. Those are the names. If you want to trade the after hours, immediate support 222. You want to see the breakout over 225 for a push to 231. Remember the revenue number 79 billion. Anything close to 82, 83 is insane.
Okay. It just struck 20 minutes after the bell. We're getting a little bit of movement here. Nothing crazy yet, but it seems to be coming down a bit. Not moving a ton.
That thing is just doing the chop shop.
Yep. You guys are ready for this move. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, or follow us on X. Also follow Ripster on X. He's streaming this live as well.
There we go. What is it? What is it?
Pull up another screen over here.
Nvidia tops the EPS by 10 cents. Revenue came 91 billion. Is it?
Wow.
No, 81 billion. 91 is the
81.
estimate. Revenue came 81 billion versus 79 billion. The guidance 91 billion versus 87 billion. All right, that's insane.
So you said 81 billion on
81.6 billion versus 79 billion, but again, stock is going down.
You see it right here. Yep. EPS $1.87, beating 176. Sales 81.61, beating 78.79. So of course a double beat, and Nvidia just dropped.
Of course, Nvidia dropped. So yeah.
Down about just 2%. That's really nothing for Nvidia.
And then Nvidia has the case of investor getting tired. I mean, can't do better than that. 91 billion. What is that? 400 billion in a year.
Yeah. I mean, they beat by 3 billion. Already was a pretty high estimate. I mean, I think their last quarter they did 68 billion, right?
Yeah.
It was last quarter they did 68 billion, and they just reported 81 billion. That's insane, honestly. Nvidia sees Q2 sales at 89 to 90.
If Nvidia is going to flush to 214, that's where your MTF magnet is. If you see that, that's where it's going to flush towards. Whenever there's an MTF magnet there, so there's not a long, our traders in the community are right now shorting it because it's an MTF break and it's going to fade to that MTF magnet right there.
Yep.
Yeah. You see that? Yeah, you see that? That's always the magnet. That's where it can bounce if it has to bounce. Nothing wrong with the earnings, amazing earnings, but the character of the stock, you know that.
Yep. And they just reported guidance. It's their guidance is great.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
89 to 92 versus 86 billion estimated. So, I mean, they crushed it. They really did crush it. So
let's look at what is actually moving after hours. I'm going to take a look at all the semiconductors and see if any semiconductors, because we want to see what they say. What are they saying about the whole ecosystem, right? So one thing is clear: if it's beating the earnings, Nvidia suppliers, like I just talked about our Tanner research list, they are going to make more money, because if Nvidia guidance is higher, they're going to give them more. Okay, so what I'm seeing is Marvell is showing good strength on this earnings. Let's see what else is showing good strength right now.
AMD. Oh, AMD was up very nicely today.
Nvidia 216. Yeah, see the problem with these kind of dips, you need a level, right? So you need a level. So 214 is one level, then 217 is another level. I would have loved to long a breakout, but not this action.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always tough in the earnings. I mean, they absolutely smashed it. I mean, they're down right now, but they're starting to retrace back up a little bit.
It's remember, right? The float, just the float and the amount of volume Nvidia needs, right? Just the float is 24 billion shares. It's not easy to move it. So it's killing the option. A lot of gamblers, both calls and puts. It's not, earnings are not bad. It's just insane. It all depends what Jensen says. So keep eyes out on the comments from Jensen. So tomorrow, plan for tomorrow. If it pushes over 225, you long it. If it stays under 225, 226, you leave it alone, or so let's see what happens now.
Yep. It's now just flat. It came back up all the way. It's down about 0.4%.
I mean, you can't beat that, right? $91 billion guidance. I don't know what other company has that quarter. No company has that quarterly guidance. So I'm looking at the Sympathy plays. So we have our plan for tomorrow, because if Nvidia goes green, every one of that AI name is gonna go green.
Yep. Pulled up MU. It's moving a little bit. Let's see what SanDisk is doing.
Yeah, everybody's waiting for the conference call.
Yeah.
What time is it? All right, so Nvidia flat hit right into 224.50, right into that 224.50.
The conference call, let me see, should be in about 30 minutes, I believe.
Yeah, so the move, so you got to watch the moves around that conference call.
Yeah, so you got 30 minutes till the call. But yeah, completely flat so far, you guys, like honestly.
But if Nvidia breaks that 225, holds that, then it can do something.
Yeah, it'll be nice to see. So yeah, everyone's clearly waiting for the call, like you said.
216.
Oh wow, they just said $80 billion share repurchase authorization.
Oh, okay, all right, that's the swipe.
Mm-hmm.
That's the swipe.
Increases dividend from 1 cent to 25 cents per share. Wow.
That's your swipe, my friend.
Payable
Dividend
6.
40. Dividend, wow, 25. About 80 billion share buyback.
Margins.
Okay. Smart move, Jensen.
Wow. That is a massive increase in a dividend.
So that's so the first news out was earning, and as usual we dipped. And the second news is about dividend and the 80 billion share buyback. And
incredible.
That's the swipe you get. Smart.
Absolutely incredible.
Smart. That's smart.
So let's see. Be more bullish.
I mean, definitely. I mean, if let's say if I saw the news, I would have definitely swiped that bottom. Whenever they talk about share buyback and dividend boost, and earnings are already good, then you buy the dip always. The news came out at 8:23. That was at 4:23, 4 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I usually let it go. So now it's completely turning bullish versus 222 level of risk, breaking over 225. Yeah. So let's see what anything else moving. NVDA is moving.
Yep. Light is up a little bit. Got kind of hit intraday. See how AMD is up to.
No, that yield, dividend yield and share buyback is just pure insanity. Yeah, now it becomes a long there over 225, no doubt. So next level to break is 226. Yeah, saved it. They were smart. They knew the market is going to sell them regardless. So they came up with the buyback and the dividend yield. Insane. Yeah, now it's yeah. So let's see if we can break 226 into that call.
TSM is loving it too. They are moving up right along with Nvidia.
No, now everything is starting to move.
Yeah, nice.
I'm okay. I gotta watch Core Weave. What's Core Weave doing? Yeah, Core Weave is
TQQF.
coming up. NBIS is curling. Interesting.
Nice.
Core Weave.
LSCC. Oh my God. LSCC is up almost 10% today.
All right, watch that 226 breakout now. We're gonna get next leg up over that on 226.13 breakout on Nvidia. We're gonna go higher over that. There we go. There we go. We're breaking that 226 now. So let's look at the next level, 226.33.
Marvell is up 1.5%. NBIS, like you said, is up as well, 1.19%.
All right, there's the breakout. There is your breakout long over 226, 225 there. So far, nice move. You don't have to catch the bottom. Yeah, the piece of that is good. So nice one. Nice, almost $2 move there from 225s. So now what you want to see that, like last time we did it, you want to see the key levels to hold. Most important level right now is 225. Then there's 223. And we want to see a flag and push back over 226. That's what you want. And with this news, Nvidia definitely has potential to go back to that all-time highs. No doubt about that. So let's see what happens. So you watch those levels, 223, 225 to hold. So 225 didn't hold. Let's see, 223 is another important level.
Yeah, I got the clouds right there. Testing it right now.
Little volatile.
It is.
You don't want to see that big of a candle. So what time is the call again?
It's in 30 minutes.
Got it.
29 minutes.
Yeah, that's not good. It's breaking that level. It's going to test 222. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's not good. Do you see that level breaking? That's a bearish turn. Bearish turn happening there right now. So you want to see those levels hold for the continuation push there. That's what you want to see. So let's see. Another next level to hold is 221. Tomorrow will be interesting. Definitely interesting tomorrow.
Look at that. I just drew the 50% retracement there at 221.59
Mm-hmm.
in the after hours.
Yeah, you can draw the Fibonacci from the lows to the highs, right?
Yep.
So 221 is a 50% retracement, and I think 220.40 is your the next retracement. So tomorrow again the same thing remains. If Nvidia pushes over 225, 226, then we're gonna get next leg up. If not, same old story. The chop. The swipe was based upon our the buyback. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, incredible earnings. If anyone missed it, and Nvidia just smashed earnings every way you possibly can. Dividend raise, share buybacks.
I mean, you don't get better than that.
Yeah, absolutely everything. And yeah, last I checked, it was pulling up some of these other names. Marvell up about 0.8%. Same with NBIS. TSM a little bit up. Let's see how maybe AVGO is doing. Yeah, Sidekick was saying watch Marvell as one of them for sure.
So I'm seeing the data center names bouncing a little bit. Marvell, IRN, CoreWeave. Those will be on a watch list tomorrow. Taiwan Semi, Dell, ON Semiconductors.
See how Dell's
Yeah.
doing. Dell is up, about 0.5%.
Yeah. Didn't keep eye on the news. My news scan that the buyback news. Jeez, that was
Moves quick.
it
Moves real
was
quick.
there was a 3 minute difference. 4:20 came the earnings, and then 4:23
Yeah.
or 4:22 they released the news about the buyback.
Yeah.
So that's when we saw the swipe. That's why
Yep.
they saved it. That's how they saved it over there. So now it's back to chop. I wanted to see that 225 breakout hold. Since that failed, now we're going to be back in the chop. We'll listen to the earnings, see what they say. But yeah, can't get better than this, guys.
Yeah.
But
You guys
again,
want or good?
already 5.4 trillion. So
Insane. Absolutely insane. Then we got some crazy IPOs coming out. I heard there's news that potentially OpenAI wants to IPO. We got SpaceX wanting to IPO next month. So crazy times for the markets right now.
no doubt. So Nvidia definitely is holding that 50% retracement, but like for the move up, we want to see that move over 225. If you guys are trading after hours, make sure you use that 220 as your risk and just leave it alone if it breaks that.
Yeah.
The most likely it's going to wait till the earnings. So I see SPY is kind of dumping a little bit right now. QQQ is kind of a dumping a tiny bit there. So definitely some dumps happening. I mean, it's not easy to move Nvidia, man. That float is just pure insanity.
Yeah, so we'll see. Everyone's definitely waiting for the call. We'll probably get some movement during the call. And then how it opens up tomorrow is everything too.
Yeah. Make sure you read this transcript tonight and be ready for tomorrow. We, of course, as always, will be ready in the community hour with the daily trading plan. I make my plan live in the pre-market. Live screen, we make a plan for every stock. And then I'm live on the voice and screen share in the morning. So we will be very busy tomorrow, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like I said, sympathy plays. We will be focused on sympathy plays. See what stocks can push on this Nvidia earnings. So for that, we would have to go through that. We got to go through our transcript.
Yeah, the FOMC minutes dropped today as well. Rates are definitely not coming down. If anything, they are potentially going to be hiked.
So there's definitely a buy on Nvidia in this 222 zone. And 1 hour MTF is right at 223.71. You got to push over that. I'm sure if Jansen says something good things, they can pump it. Otherwise, back down we go.
Yeah, going back down to that 50% retracement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, initial dump, you saw the swipe down there, go back up, and now it's just back right pretty much in the middle. If anything, I think we're down a little bit on the day now, or in the pre-market or post-market. Yeah, down about 0.6%, testing the 50% again for like the third time.
Yeah, no trend. Just
yeah,
we gotta wait till the earnings.
Yeah, those 1 minute clouds are just flipping back and forth there. But overall, I mean, it was an amazing report. Like you said, the sympathy plays will absolutely.
Earnings is amazing, man. No other company does what they do.
Yeah.
Those numbers are just pure insanity.
Let's see. It says Nvidia says Vera Rubin on track for second half of this year, starting in Q3. Vera Rubin. Let's see if there's any updated news. Just about the rate hikes, April FOMC minutes. Yeah, nothing else really. So yeah, it's really just not much else to do other than watch that call. which will be on in about 20 minutes. Somebody is talking about what, ARM. Let's see how ARM is doing. Let us know in the chat if you guys see anything moving in this after hours ARM.
I see NVS is a little bit up. Marvell, IRN, CoreWeave. Those are the names which are showing kind of some uptick in after hours.
Yeah. CoreWeave, NVIS.
I mean, it's definitely not bearish. I mean, it's unless just traders just want to get tired of, just want to sell the news. I don't see that it's anything crazy bearish about anything.
Said APLD. Let's take a look at that.
APLD, yeah, I saw that.
Oh, wow. APLD is moving very nice.
Yeah, that's again the data center bucket, but it moved the best. APLD, CoreWeave, NBIS, all of these are the data center babies.
Yep. And some daily charts. NBIS. Dell's doing pretty good. GLW says somebody out there. That's another good one.
I mean, we have Marvell and all those.
For that, this is the prompt I used. I just asked Sidekick to give some sympathy plays. I dropped it in the chat. I actually prompted that before the move, before the earnings were announced. So that's why I said, if it's a good report, it was definitely a good report. So Nvidia sitting at 222 on the dot, right at the 50% still.
Yeah, it's not going to do anything until the call. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you. I appreciate for having me. Kind of a bummer report. I mean, there was definitely a good news from this dip to swipe, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully, you guys learned something from this session. We did last session on one of the other earnings was pretty. People really liked it. A lot of things to learn. So hopefully, you learned something. Make sure you try those platform TrendSpider. Pretty good platform with the MTF clouds. Give it a shot. Try to play some MTF cloud setups on your favorite names. Also, if you like, come try out our Tanner Research platform, the best all-in-one platform for traders and investors with our Tanner AI as well. All right. Anything else? Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Have a good rest of your day, Rip. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
On.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course. And thanks for that 40% sale for the followers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yep. All right. See you later, man.
See you, brother.
Yep. And I just dropped the link to the Ripster Clouds in the chat below for anyone that wants to check it out. Make sure you guys check it out. It's free on the TrendSpider platform. As Ripster said, we are running a sale right now as well. You can save, up to 40% off. You just got to go to TrendSpider.com and you can see, 45% off, and you can save up to 45% off today. So make sure you guys take advantage of it. If you guys ever wanted to check out the platform. Somebody says, I'd like to see Sidekick have a button or something so I can save the answer to a Word doc and look back at it at a later stage. Yeah, that is a good idea. But you can view your history, right? If you go click this top left button on Sidekick, you can see all of your past chats that you have used. So you absolutely can do that. And there is a copy to clipboard button at the bottom. So you can copy it and paste it anywhere you wanted to as well. Yeah, copy and paste. But you're right. It would be cool to have it generate a report. You're not wrong. That would be kind of sick. Yep, absolutely. Listen to what he says about China. During the earnings call. It starts in 17 minutes, everybody. If there's any final questions, let me know now because the earnings call is about to start. And a lot of you guys are probably going to go hop onto that. So we will probably call it there. But yeah, I will take any final questions. If you guys have any about the clouds, about TrendSpider, about the sale, Sidekick, whatever it may be, now is the time to ask, everybody. We don't have a specific library of prompts right now, but you can look at some of our blog posts. On our blog, you go to trendspider.com/blog. On some of this, on most of the Sidekick blogs, we do have some prompts in there that you can use. I think if you just type in Sidekick here into the search bar, we have some for building indicators, deep research, and scanning the markets. So if you do go to these, there's some indicator building prompts that you can click right here, and it'll actually open the prompt. The deep research ones are pretty sick. I'll drop the deep research blog in the chat below. Charlie, you got to absolutely hit up support and go through the tutorial. It's going to change your life. But there's some really good prompts. You can find the next S&P 500 candidates. I'll actually run this one right now because this is one of my favorite ones. So you can copy the link to this prompt. And then I'm going to open the link in here. And it's going to automatically open up your TrendSpider account and send the prompt in. And this is what it does. It's doing deep research into the Russell 2000. It's just the small prompt, and it's such a good prompt, honestly. It's going to scan through the entire Russell 2000 and then pick out the best ones that it thinks might eventually make it into the S&P 500. Just give it a second right here. It did run a scan and then adjusted itself to find a little bit more symbols. Can reiterate on itself. I'm just going to deny deep research for now, just so it's a little bit quicker. Let's see. It's always a fun prompt to run. We can see what is going to be potentially the new S&P 500 stocks, you guys. From the Russell 2000, that is. It said, found some of the Bloom Energy and TTMI. Both of those we talked about today. FN, Powell. A lot of these names have been on my list. Credo, CRDO. Just fetching fundamentals for all of these names. And let's see, this is without deep research, but this is what Sidekick thinks could be the next S&P 500 stocks from the Russell 2000. We got FN, STRL, Credo, DY, RMBS, TTMI, Powell. And it goes into a deep dive. So a really sick prompt. And again, you guys, it was literally just this. Do deep research into the Russell 2000 and find me the next potential stocks that may eventually make it into the S&P 500 based on their fundamentals. And it brings up all of these. So that's a really sick prompt. For free, Ivan, you get 25. You can purchase more if you want, but everybody gets 25 regardless of your plan for free. But I think that's going to do it, you guys. This is about a 3-hour-long live stream. And I'm going to be live again tomorrow with Tushar Shandi. So you guys make sure you tune back in tomorrow. If you haven't yet, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button on YouTube and follow us on X. Like the video, like the live stream or whatever on X. And make sure you guys tune back in tomorrow. All right. Same time, 3:45 p.m. Eastern time. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.